All right. Good morning. So after a bit of a hiatus because of various life things, I did go back to the gym, and honestly, it wasn't a cakewalk to go back to doing the things I had been doing, but my strength levels hadn't really dropped all that much. It was more of I'd say a fueling issue because like the night before, I had gone out, had two drinks, and just eaten a little differently. So my stomach was just not entirely pleased with the difference in the food that I had taken in. So as a result, that was Sunday. Today's Tuesday, so I've got that 2-day soreness kicking in. I had hit lat pull down, military press and squats, so my hips are sore, my chest and my shoulders are sore. I got a little soreness in my back, but we'll survive. So today I've got cable fly. So I've just been not high, not low, it's right in the middle. I'm going to do a single leg heel raise that is seated or bent knee. And I'm going to do that in a lunge position. And then I have the good old Mcgill Crunch to hit some abs. So as is the usual, if you want to do something that's your own, go for it. I'm just here to work out with you. If you want to follow along with me, you can follow along with me. And let's get started. One, two, three. Oh God. Here we go. So let's see. Wasn't breathing during that one. My heart rate shot up. What else? So the maintenance bulk thing that I was on, or general, like I'm eating more to kind of help maintain my weight, and then I give myself a little extra freedom to kind of snack on things that to kind of, if I was hungry, to eat. But what I'm finding is that I'm having a bit of a issue with that because my allergies are getting worse, my asthma's getting a little worse, so I'm gonna have to pull back on the how much I allow myself to go past that, or that if I choose to have these kinds of snacks, that I go into some things that are like less processed, better for me, that kind of deal. I had mentioned in one of my previous videos that I don't come up as having a gluten sensitivity or gluten allergy, but that when I don't eat so much of it, my symptoms are overall less. So, food for thought. Oh, but that's where I'll do a part 2 of that in a second here. One second, guys. So my heart rate. So my heart rate spiked up to 204 after that last set, and I was like, I need to let this thing kind of reset. Oh, allegedly it spiked up to 204, and that's why you saw me take my pulse. Let me do this last set. So yeah, my heart was apparently racing at 206. Which simply can't be true. Alright, so with the whole gluten thing, at least for me personally, the foods, a lot of the chips, the breads, the snacks are all pretty highly processed. So I've noticed that when I eat minimally processed gluten containing foods like homemade bread, whether it's risen or flat, I have less issues or no issues. That's just something that I've noticed for myself personally, and that's where, from an overall dietary standpoint, it's like eating majority fruits and veggies, getting your and just having minimally processed food is the recommendation. So, instead of having a smoothie, eat the whole food. Your teeth will do better for it, chewing on an apple versus eating applesauce. So, and that's where it's like, don't just eat whole foods, meaning like minimally processed, don't cut out things. if you can, like, eat both the skin of the apple and the apple. Eat the skin of the potato and the potato. Don't just drink the juice of the carrot, because there's certain things you're missing out on by not doing so. Alright, so typically I would turn this into at the gym, I would have this be a do I need to back up here? Nope. Do I need to scoot forward more? Nope. I need to tilt up the camera. That's what. So at the gym they have they have a machine for this, for the seated heel raise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into a lunge position, and I'm gonna set a kettlebell on top of my leg. I'm just gonna raise my knee up and down, and we'll see how that goes. Thirteen, 14, and 15. Okay. And we'll scoot that over. Six. 14, 15. So, I've got two interesting patients right now, and this kind of speaks to my old foot injury, that they're having this recurrent pain, instability, whatever you want to call it, but their overall movement is pretty good. But the bigger difference is when I ask them to try and move from their foot versus their ankle. And both of them have gotten it pretty quick so far. And what they found was that they've been compensating using their foot for excessive movement instead of using their ankle. So that's pretty interesting. And so for myself, I'm actually finding something similar where I have a little more, I have to concentrate on using my calf over my foot when I do this heel raise. Alright, so that, just the 45 was pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is get both the 45 and the 35. Eight, So, definitely a little more difficult, and what I noticed was that transition from maximum plantar flexion to come back to neutral, there was a little shake, at least on the left side. I remember when I first started doing these, I did it off a chair, and I, like, first 2 reps, I got a foot cramp. So that goes back to that, referencing that story about that despite me being a toe walker, I may excessively use my foot rather than my calf to push myself forward. All right. Time for the right leg. So I'll admit, one of the things I like about the machine is that since it has your feet elevated a little bit, I can get a better stretch on my calf. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Okay. Whew. Oh, that's hard. Whew. All right, very good. All right. Oh man. So that's where I feel like I had a bit of a time period there where I was filming where I didn't have to sound so gross on camera. And because I had been eating at what I thought was pretty much an established maintenance, and then I started pushing it, and well, you heard what I sound like. So it was actually a little more fatiguing than I expected, so I'm taking just a little break. Another sip of water. If I can knock this out in under a half hour, that'd be great. But we'll see what happens. What I may try and do is, there's something I want to do with the Mcgill Crunch, but I'm not sure. If I had actually planned it better, what I might have done was, we'll see. I might have done like 1 rep per set of these, but that would have been what, 1 or 4, 8, that would have only been 12 reps or 12 sets, so not really too wild about how that might have turned out. All right, so final set of these heel raises. Without dropping the weight on my toe. Seven, 14, and 15. So if I was at the gym, I probably would have used more weight to chase that 15 since I'm at home. In the interest of time and just kind of to do this as a lighter workout, I'm just choosing to do this 45, 70, 75 pounds, or was it 80 pounds about that I'm working with right now. And that, yeah, so I'd probably be looking to use a heavier weight at the gym. And to maybe shoot for a fourth set, but that's where today, in the interest of time, this is what I'm rocking and rolling with. Here we go. Oh my God, 14 and 15. Alrighty. Whew. Alright. Alright. So, last thing I've got is the Mcgill Crunch. What I may do is typically I try and have my patients hold it for time regarding endurance. What I may do today is actually just shoot for like 3 sets of 12 on each side. And we'll see how that goes. Or 3 sets of 15, something like that. I'll knock out the first set, see how that goes, and then proceed. And we'll also have to see if I have to adjust the camera any, because I'm still an amateur videographer. Alright, so that first set was 15 reps there. And now that I'm filming this, I'm like, I probably should have reviewed the form. But Alright. Still have mixed feelings about which one feels better. Whether I prefer the 5 by 5 second hold or whether I prefer repping it out. So, I did notice overall fatigue on that second set, but I only took a minimal break, so it's like I just did 30 sit-ups in a row. I expect some fatigue. So I'm just going to take a little break here before I switch again. And I think we figured out that we like so bent knee, opposite arm is also bent and tucked under the back. So this time I'm going to do like a 5 count, holding it up there, trying to breathe. I mean, what I do like about this exercise, since you have a hand free, just place a little pressure on your abdomen. So as you come up, 4, 2, 10, you can feel the abs kicking on. Last one. So I assume I did about 8 there. I lost count, I'll admit. So there's a few things you're looking for. 1, good abdominal control. 2, being able to breathe comfortably while you hold it. 3, feeling like you've got that drawing in maneuver, that you're not bloating out that lower belly. And 4, you feel it more in your abs than you do your neck. If you start to feel it in your neck more, probably means you're starting to stop. You're not using your abs as much. So here we go. Wait a second. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So, an important point here is that this is it's more of a corrective body awareness isolation, however you want to call it. So, that first set should have been for time. And so this third set will be for time. So what I noticed was on my right side, I actually had a little more neck fatigue towards the end there. So I'm not using my abs as much because I'm not as aware of them, and I'm using my neck more. On my left side, my neck started to hurt. And so, that's tender there, my God. What I did was actually dropped that shoulder down to emphasize more abdominal work than neck work. Okay, so same idea. I'm gonna do about an 5 count for 8 to 10 reps. I think last set I only did 8, So here we go. 4, 5, down. 1, 2, down. Okay, so nowhere near as much ab fatigue, but you could hear how shaky I was breathing. Or at least I could. I hope the camera picked it up. And even though my right shoulder is the one that's behind my back, my left shoulder just wanted to round forward. So again, this is just kind of getting to feel all these separate little things. So, food for thought. All right, here we go. I'm gonna call this my final set. So, hey, that little scare there with my heart rate potentially racing. But, that was all in the clear. So that's again where wearables are nice, but not the end all be all. Can't remember if this was 5 or 10. So I'm gonna do another 5 just in case. Alrighty, folks. Same old, same old. If you stuck around with me and did this workout, great. If you chose to do your own thing and just use me as a motivation, discipline partner, great. If you're just starting your workout journey and you're not really sure where to start and you found this page, YouTube, whatever you want to call it, great. Leave your comments, leave your successes, your failures, your frustrations, you name it, down in the comments below. Let's try and build a community of trying to promote overall movement and wellness, positivity, and just knowing that we can make a change for the better, even if it's a slower start or a smaller start than the next person. But either way, you guys keep working hard, and I'll see you next time.